Hi everyone, my name is Emily. Welcome back to my homestead. And this afternoon I am out in my front yard by the front flower bed, and I'm working on removing some wire that's wrapped around all the bushes and just things that I can tell now that I don't want to be here, so that once everything starts growing up I won't be able to get in there. So now is a good opportunity because things are starting to bud, and I don't know if spring is staying, but it seems to be here for the moment. So I want to get this front flower bed spring cleaned. I don't really know what's growing in here. I don't know what a lot of the bushes are. I can take a guess at a few of them, but I can't wait to find out what is here this year, and then I'll build on that. I'll build on that in the years to come. So I've got some before footage that I took, and I'll stick that in here so you can see, and then we'll get back to clearing things out. So far, this is the wire that I've pulled out from around different bushes. Got a little pile of trash here and a pile of chicken wire here. If you can really see it on the camera. I have to roll that up when I'm done. But I've kind of come to the point where I'm going to have to go get some tools, because I'm pretty sure this is a forsythia bush, which I love, so I'm happy about that. But the wire is around the plant, so I'm gonna have to either cut the wire or cut the bush, and I'll figure out, probably cut the wire because I've got plenty of chicken wire and it's grown through in several places. This has obviously been here for a long time. And there is another bush down here that has the same problem. This, I do not know what kind of bush this is. Honestly, it doesn't look in that great a shape. It's got this moss all over it. It might be okay, but it's growing through the wire again. This one, I think I might cut the bush just because it is such a large bush. But I will go grab some tools and we'll get to that. I'm also going to take out this shepherd's crook and T-post. It's surrounded by lots of rose bushes, and not sure what the point of it being here is. This thing is attached to it, but I have no idea what it is. Whatever it is broken and not functional anymore. So I'm going to take that down while I can, because there's no way I'm going to get in here once this stuff starts growing this year. This little bush down here also has some chicken wire around it that I can't just pull off. So I'm going to cut this off as well. Here is my pile of wire that I've taken off from around a bunch of different bushes. All the chicken wire rolled up over there. And a pile of stakes, shepherd's crooks, a T-post, and some trash right there. We're going to do an after shot. I'm not sure if you can tell on the camera, but to me, it already looks so much better. It looks so much more inviting and open. There's a little wall of stones here, and there was wire all along this, maybe separating two parts of the garden up here. There's a little bird bath there that we brought. That little bird bath stand over there, it's got a squirrel on it. We brought that with us. And we can put this on it if we want to. We'll figure that out. There are a lot of roses. And I've had roses before, but they've never done well for me. Basically, I'd plant them and then they would die. But it was just like, $5 bargain roses on clearance or something. So I haven't really put a lot of effort into roses. But now I have a lot that look like they're very well established. No idea what kind they are, but we'll find out. And I'm going to have to cut that one that's growing up through the deck. But I'm excited to find out what these plants are that are growing. So there's the after. Other than that satellite dish, I think it's looking pretty good. Oh, and I piled up my brush here, all the branches that I had to cut off to get the wire out from around the bushes. It's easier access to down near the fire pits. So when we first got here and we're looking around and I saw all the wire around the bushes and different plants, I thought to myself, why? Why is this here? And of course, probably to protect the plants, especially when they were young, would be the main idea, I think. And then possibly to protect them from anyone weed eating or edge trimming or whatever you call it where you live. But some of these wires have obviously been there for a very long time because of the amount that the bushes had grown through the wire. So I'm not sure why they were just never removed. And even though I did have to trim away quite a bit of a couple of those bushes, I'm glad that the fencing was put around them because it gives me an opportunity to see what was put here intentionally and maybe what wasn't. And so I have an idea, without knowing what these plants are, that they were there on purpose and not just growing wild on their own. So I at least have one step closer to figuring out what they are. There's something that somebody wanted to be in those places, and that gives me a stepping off point to know how to take care of these spaces in the future. I know that I don't need to just cut down these bushes that are growing near the house because they were most likely intentionally planted there because they're protected. There's also quite a few in the backyard that have wire around them, and there's a few over in the fenced-in area that has the swing set. I call that the playground area at the moment. There's some trees and bushes that have wire around them as well. So it'll be interesting to see what these plants are and if there's something we want to keep around. And I definitely will be making my rounds about the property and removing wire from all of the plants just so that they don't get stuck and overgrown to where I have to damage the plant. If it's something I do want to keep, I can remove the wire as soon as possible so that it has its best chance. But thank you for hanging out with me today, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.